Hi, Leather Rokk here. Welcome to my channel. That was Tabby Boy. That's Cassie over here. Take a look at my makeup, would you? What do you think? You want to see how I did it? This is a look that I didn't get out of one palette. Don't you hate it when you see a makeup palette and there's only one or two colors that you like? And that is one of my pet peeves when I don't understand how hard it can be to have your favorite colors in a palette. Now, this look that I'm showing you, I used three palettes. I used one color from this. I used two colors from this. And I used two colors from this. They're all from BH Cosmetics. They're all affordable. They're all very portable. And I'm going to show you how I did them. So let's get started. And I don't have to tie my hair back because it's already done. That's groovy. And I have my trusty coconut oil here. And I remembered something to scoop it out so I don't have to use my hands. And I even have cleansing stuff for my, actually, no. You know what? I'm not going to bother. I'm going to guess that I don't have too many gungy bungees from the cat. And I'm going to try not to smear my eyebrows while I'm doing this. Oh, tell me oh, yes, I do have my tissues here. Okay, good. Oh, by the way, I got some bad news a few minutes ago. Anybody who's familiar with the skincare company called The Ordinary, Decium, the founder, Brandon Truax, was found dead. I think it was over the weekend. He fell out of a 32-story building, and he's gone. And I don't know too many of the details about this because it recently happened, and you know what it is when there's breaking news. The facts don't often get out, and I don't want to spread misinformation. But I saw this on the Canadian News Service, and I've only been using his line of skincare for like a month, but I swear I could feel that it's working. And it's actually affordable, and it's very high quality. And so let's give some thanks and some respect to Brandon Truax for providing us with these wonderful skincare products that I am really enjoying, and I'm certainly going to be buying more of. And it's really a shame. He was only 40 and he's gone. And that's a real bummer. So, all right. Yeah, I definitely knew I had to say something about that because, bad news and all that. Okay, for my, what I'm going to coat my eyelid with, this is from e.l.f., the Complete Coverage Concealer, and I'm going to put some on my eyelid. And of course, one thing I did that wasn't too smart, I didn't use the lightest one, so I'm going to have to lighten that up with this one here. You know what? I should get out my foundation too, so that I get the color proper. For my foundation, mostly I use the Sassy and Chic brand BB cream, but because that's not quite light enough for me, I'm lightening it up with the matte Maybelline Matte and Poreless Fit Me, and the color I use is 102 Porcelain, which as far as I know is the lightest one they have. With the Sassy and Chic BB cream, it only comes in light, medium, and dark. And of course I'm going to use the light, but it's really not quite light enough. But it'll do. I want to use it up because I want to use it up, I don't believe in wasting things. And I believe you should find a way to make a product work so you can get use out of it. All right. First, now, these are where my brushes are. I just love showing that leg lamp thing. Now, the first color that we're going to use is from BH Cosmetics Midnight City palette. And I'm going to use this light color here, which is closest I can find to my skin tone. It's a little bit darker than my skin tone, but I call this a dark off-white because these don't have names on these individual colors. And I'm going to sweep most of the heaviness is going to be right at the brow bone, just barely touching the eyebrow, but you don't want to if you have makeup on it. You don't want to touch it. But I'm just going to put this on kind of all over just to take a little bit of the tackiness off, but not too much. These colors are pretty vivid. Oh, my sinuses. I don't know what it is. I think it's something about we have neighbors that must be chain smokers of tobacco, and I'm very sensitive to tobacco, and I had to put paper towels up in one of the doors that's joining a hall, which is where the smoke is coming from. All right, the first thing I'm going to do, well, the second thing I'm going to do is I'm going to get into the Wild and Alluring palette. That the only color I really like in it is this teal turquoise kind of color, and these are all frosty metallic colors. Oh, I'm also using the blush that came from this too, but I have a really little brush here that obviously the handle came off in. I believe the brush is from Vivace, V-I-V-A-C-E, and I really like the shape of this brush. It's really great for going underneath the eye, and it's also good for when you want to do small details and things. And I'm getting both sides on this brush, and I'm going to concentrate just on the inner eyelid, following the shape of the eye. Get some more on. You know, I suggest if you do the all-over color on your lids, maybe only go as far as the crease, because you really want this color to pack on. And we're going about a third of the way in. And then as you get closer to the middle, kind of feather it out a little bit, because we're going to do some blending of the next color. And the next color is going to be the blue from Midnight City. That's probably the absolute favorite color I have in this palette. And this, you want to be careful and just tap. This is the brush I'm using, another V-I-V-A-C-E brush. And tap it and tap it. Tap off the excess so you don't have too much fallout. Starting about over where your pupil is. And I'm not sweeping. What I'm doing is I'm tapping on the eyelid, and I'm not going beyond the crease. It's really important to just kind of stay on the eyelid and go up a little bit. We're going to go over the whole application again. So, but you want to try to get an angle where the blue starts over the pupil and then angles this way. And tap some more, till we get about here. And the next color, another V-I-V-A-C-E brush, unless this might be an e.l.f. brush though. You could see it used to have paint on the edge of it, but it's been through a lot. And for this, we're going to use the Wild Child palette. We're going to use the dark purple shade here. And here, tap one side, tap another. This, I believe, is called a C brush. And as you can see, it's not a sweeping kind of brush. It's more for packing on product. And we're going to tap like this, and we're going to go make an angle like this, trying to see if you can get the eyes to match. Want to get the angle the same. And ideally, the eye color should not extend beyond where your eyebrow is. Some people like to use a piece of Scotch tape to keep their angles perfect. And that can be helpful, especially if you're applying a winged eyeliner afterwards. Now, I'm not including a black eyeliner with this because I want the eyeshadow to do the talking. And by tapping and not sweeping, you're not going to do any unnecessary blending, and you're also going to not let it get too opaque. Now, I can see that that seems kind of heavy on the purple, so I want to go back into the blue. And you always want to, of course, make sure you have the right brush. That would be this. And, of course, it would help if I got the right color. Now, I want to go back to your blue, and you want to go over where you had it before, just so you want to raise it up a little bit because we're going on the shape of the eye. Don't put too much color on the brush though, because it's a lot harder to remove color than it is to add color. Now you want to blend some of this blue over some of this purple because you're actually seeing more. It's going to, you want, the idea is you want to make it kind of hard to see where the blue ends and the purple begins. Then looks like you're going to have to put some more purple on. Go back into the Wild Child palette. Now, feel free to substitute your own similar colors from other palettes you have. I mean, seems like palettes are a dime a dozen. They have some variations of neutrals with a few brights or neutrals and a few darks. That seems to be so ubiquitous. Now, if there is a chance that that is too heavy and you need to blend it, lots of brushes you can use to do the blending. I'm going to take this brush here and I'm going to, don't go up whatever you do, because if you go up, you're going to move some of this color up into the brow bone, and you really don't want that. But if you sweep from where there doesn't seem to be any color, that can be a good way to mute it. Another thing you can do is you can go back to that light color here, and you can go back to the brush that you used to apply it. Touch the brush to some more of this lighter color. Go to where you want to do a little bit of blending. That helps because you want to diffuse the color just a little bit. I'm just trying to get the eyes to match. When you use my format of doing a full makeup and then taking half of it off, then of course the struggle is to make sure that both sides match. That's why when I take my thumbnails, which is the first picture that you see when you decide whether or not to click on a video, I do those pictures first before I actually do the video, so that at least then you know things will match. Maybe I need to go on this side here to make sure that it's matching. That's the thing, is you just want both sides to match, and you want there to be a seamless blend of one color to the other. Maybe it's time to get some more teal. And the teal is, of course, from the Wild and Alluring palette. These all can be applied, well, this one, because it's shiny, it's sparkly and shimmery, this can be applied wet or dry, but I haven't wet any of these. And I certainly don't think you need to wet the ones in the outer wing. Okay, now for in lieu of an underliner, I'm going to put more of this teal on this brush. I'm going to go from the inner corner under my eye to about a little more than half of the way. And you want to keep it as thin as you can. That's why I used this brush. I wish I had more than one of these. I really like them. And you know what? Having it small like this, not having a handle, actually makes it easier to use if you have small hands and small fingers like I do. Okay. I thought I used a smaller brush for the blue. Okay, well, the best you can. Okay, let's get back into the Midnight City palette for the blue. Touch of the blue. And the very last part, I guess it's like the last third under the eye. So you have teal from here and then blue in the outside. And just join that up to the purple that's on here. And make sure that both sides match. Now, I think I have some crumblies under the eyes. I should brush them off, but what I'll do is I'll wipe them off. I'll use one of these cotton square things. And sometimes, but not always, I can remove my crumblies without just getting a big eyeshadow smear underneath. Okay, now it looks like I might have a little tiny bit of smearing anyway. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to use a tiny little bit of what I hope is going to be a clean finger. And I am going to correct underneath here. All right, what do you think? Now it's time for mascara. And I beg your pardon, not yet. We are going to do a little bit of waterlining of the lower lid only. And for that, I have the absolute perfect pencil. Oh, I didn't just drop. Yes, I'm not going to touch that makeup brush to myself till I wash it. For my waterline, I'm using, and this, I really like this a lot. This is by Maybelline. This is the Lasting Drama Waterproof Gel Pencil. And the color is called Silken Turquoise. And it's the closest match I could get to this teal color. And to do the waterline, I'm going to stick one finger down here to hold the skin taut a little bit. You know what? That might not work. I'm going to use the computer screen. And you should always sharpen these just before you do them. I'm not going to bother with the waterline above. Okay. Oh, and before we get to the mascara, I want to do one more thing on the eyes. I want to take this white here, and I'm going to take a big fluffy brush, swirl it around in the white, and I want to just get right in the corner like this. If you go like this, it'll pretty much just have a little white highlight dot, just like there's one here. And then for a little tiny bit of brow bone highlight, hit it, swirl it, tap it, and just a little bit right here so that it matches the other one. You could, in theory, use this instead of your regular highlighter. Like if this were the only palette that you had with you, you could certainly do that. But I want to show you something else with the highlighting. Now, I'm going to use the palette that I've been using for my highlight, the Blacklight Highlight Palette from BH Cosmetics, and today I'm using the blue one because it seems like it goes best with things. I don't know if you know that there are other places that you could highlight besides your face. Today I'm going to show you collarbone highlight. And I'm going to use my computer monitor to see. Tap right where your collarbone is, especially if you like your collarbones. And I think most skinny people, they should have prominent collarbones, and it can be fun to accentuate. And I think I consider myself among the skinny girl crew, and I certainly don't mind being so. But you know what? I'm going to look in this mirror because I really can't see so well on the computer. Just follow where your collarbone is. You can tap it or you can sweep it. It doesn't really matter. I almost wasn't going to wear jewelry just so that you could really see this, so that's why I wanted to wear something short. Tap it or sweep it. It doesn't really matter. As long as the technique gives you the effect you want, the techniques not even matter. What do you think? Okay, now it's time for mascara. And the mascara we're using is one of many that I've been using lately. It is from LA Colors. It's called the Big Fool Lash. I've only had it open like 3 weeks. I actually had to take, you know that thing, the part of the mascara wand that removes the excess? I actually took that off so that I could get more mascara on the brush. Now, when you do that, it tends to have a real clumpy application unless you go like this. So you go like this, and that's how you deal with it. Now, what I'm going to do is I don't want to take the chance of this smearing on all this eyeshadow. So I'm not going to do a whole lot of this. I'm going to do some focusing on the outer lashes. If you go inner, just be real careful that you don't smear it on yourself. And I don't want to take the chance of it smearing on the lower lash line. So I'm only applying a little bit on the outer. And that's all the mascara I've got on. Okay, where is the darn... Oh, here it is. Okay. Oh, and I just got mascara in my hair. Wait. This is the contouring color. Remember last time I reached for it and I couldn't find it? Well, this is from CoverGirl. It's actually an eyeshadow. It's the CoverGirl Professional Eye Enhancers, and the color is called Jammin' Improvisation. As you can see, it's a dark, muted plum purple. Does not have any frost. It's a matte. You don't want frosts on your contour because the idea of a contour is dark and recede. Only went this far. Slight blending. That's it. The highlight, like I said, was the Blacklight Highlight Palette. Swirl it. Find where the light is. Tap it. This. Also above the nose here. Only the bridge area. You don't really want to go here. Some people do. But unless your nose really is pointy on top, it's best not to. If you have any kind of a bulb at all on the nose, you don't want to accentuate that. So that's why you shouldn't. Now, when you put highlighter over the Cupid's bow, you could do this with the brush, but if you already have lipstick on, there's a real good chance you're going to get lipstick on your brush, and you probably don't want to do that because it's really hard to get lipstick out of these white brushes. So for that, assuming your finger's clean, just put the finger on the product, get it near the mouth, go like that. Then I'm going to look in the mirror and make sure I didn't screw up. Always blend a little. And I'm sure you want to see what my lipstick is. Possibly one of the favorite lipsticks I have in rotation right now. This is from BH Cosmetics. This is under their Luxe lipstick line. And the color is called, let me get out a magnifying glass and I will tell you. The color is called Vixen. And this is about as gorgeous a purple shade as you're possibly going to find. This, for my purple-haired viewers, if your hair color is similar to mine, this color can also double as eyebrow color, even though that's not the color that I use. I don't need to put any more on. Now, I will show you the color I used for my eyebrows. Just let me reach for it. Oh, well, it was this color, which is a BH Cosmetics liquid lipstick, but this actually is almost all dried up and used up. So it's another color that's similar to it. And, oh, here it is. The color that I'm using, this is a Luxe Lacquer, and the color is called Blackberry. And I just follow the natural shape of my eyebrows, go like this, dun, dun, and that's how I do them. So there's no sense in showing people how you do your eyebrows on camera because everybody's eyebrows are shaped different. Everybody's eyebrows are colored differently. And, you know, what works for me is not going to work for you unless you look exactly like me. And if you do look exactly like me, I want to talk to you. I might need a body double for something. Or, you know, if I have a security issue or something, I might need you. But, okay. If you like this video, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you like me and my content, I'd love to have you subscribe. If you do, hit that bell notification and you won't miss anything. I post new content 3 times a week, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays for your viewing pleasure. So, if you like it, let me know. I will keep these things coming. Okay, it's great talking to you. Till next time, take care. Bye.